Hello beautiful people, how are you all? Welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about foundation. So I was recently made redundant, so I was unemployed, but I've now gone back to work full time and I'm looking for a long wear foundation that's actually going to last a day. Now I'm someone who's really bad and I touch my face all the time. So I need something that's long wearing, that's smudge proof, and it's not going to look cakey and gross. So today I'm going to be trying the DB, which is Designer Brands Longwear 24-hour foundation. Now this is in full coverage and it has an SPF of 15. I generally don't wear full coverage foundations just because I still like to have a little bit of natural skin coming through and not look so plasticky. But this had pretty good reviews online, and it says that 95% of people agree that it doesn't cake and doesn't flake. So if you don't know DB or Designer Brands, they are an Australian brand and they are 100% cruelty free and vegan, and they're actually certified. So that means they're certified vegan and certified cruelty free, which is brilliant across all their products. This foundation here only comes in 6 shades and it cost me $17 around there. So it's pretty affordable, it's under $20. Now I have done all my skincare already, so I put on my moisturizer about an hour before we've done this video so that it will actually sink into the skin and it's not sitting on top of the skin. And I've decided to do a primer on this side of my face. The reason is, you guys know I don't really like primers, but as I'm looking for stuff to last longer, primers do have a purpose. I haven't gone and bought one. I've been really slack, I'm so sorry. So I'm still just using my Avon Mark 1, which isn't cruelty free. I will replace it. I most likely will get the DB primer. I'll replace it, I swear, but when you're unemployed for 5 weeks, it's a bit difficult to go out and buy makeup. Alright, and I'm going to do, on the primer side, I'm going to use my brush, since I always use a brush for foundation and I love how it applies. That's why I'm using the primer side. And on this side, I'm going to use a sponge. I'm sort of against sponges, but I'm slowly growing into it. Alright, so let's put this hair back and bring you guys in closer. I just blow dried my hair and it's just gone all floofy. It's gone everywhere today. And I bet you, as soon as I take the headband off, it's going to be tragic. Alright, so this guy, what does it say? This says, it's makeup that goes the distance. Effortlessly glides onto skin for a flawless complexion. Full, smudge-proof coverage that doesn't cake, flake, or feel heavy. Which I think that's a big call. So hopefully that works. Skin loving ingredients, peptide infusion help plump and firm skin. Vitamin C and E help reduce visible signs of aging. Aloe vera extract to leave skin feeling soft and smooth. So it says to blend using a brush, sponge or fingertips. And it's got no talc, bismuth or parabens. Excellent. And it's suitable for all skin types. I'm going to use my damp sponge first on this side and I'm just going to pump straight onto the sponge. Just got a nice little pump. I like the detail, I like the packaging, it's really pretty. So I've just done two pumps there. Oh, that is light. Oh, that's light. Oh well. Alright, let's do this. As it's going on, it feels really lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy and it feels really smooth. Problem area is my nose, so I'm really just going to push that into the nose. It doesn't really have a smell, which is actually nice and quite different for foundation. Then bring that down my neck. So far I really like that. Alright, so this is the side that we've just done. And this is without it, so you can definitely see the difference. Oh, it's definitely pale. It's making me look ghostly. But that sort of covered everything. I might need a little bit more through my cheeks, but I'll let that sort of settle in and we'll do the other side. I'm going to do 2 pumps again, but on the back of my hand. And I'm using my Real Techniques buffing brush. The old faithful. Love this brush to death. And to start with, I'm just going to pat it on. And now work it in. But again, through those problem areas, I'm just going to pat it on with my brush. Because I'm really heavily textured through the nose and up here. So if I swipe, I'm going to loosen that bit of skin. So we just want to push it in. So far I'm liking the side with the brush just because it's definitely given it more full coverage. Like look at my eyes. They're all different sizes. But so far, damn, I really like that. I feel like my skin still looks like skin. It's nice and natural. Very pale. I need to put some bronzer on ASAP. But so far, I really like this. Alright, what I'm going to do is I haven't really been doing my makeup the way I normally do when I film the videos. And I don't know why. So what I really like to do is I like to let the foundation sort of dry down, work into the skin before I powder and do concealer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to do my eyebrows, I'm going to do my eye makeup, and then we'll come back, have a bit of a chat, have another bit of a look, see what it's done, and powder and all the rest of it. That just works best for my skin. If you need to bake, do anything else, you know, do that at this step now, but I'm going to go do the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Alright, and I'm back. If you're wondering, I use my Chi Spices eyeshadow palette for my eyes and a little bit of my BH Cosmetics Bronze Paradise palette. Love this look. And for the liner, I've just used my BYS Angled Tip Liner and I use my Noxa Perfect Lash Mascara. I'm just going to say, just quietly, I'm loving this foundation. I've got a little bit of texture down here, which sort of happens, but in my bad spots, it's looking really nice and it's looking like skin. It does look natural. I'm really liking it. But everything's dried down. I can see, you know, I need a bit of concealer in certain spots. So, to do what I normally do, I'm going to put concealer on this side and use my finger, and on this side I'll use my sponge. So, I am using my Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. I'm just going to do one side at a time because I find this can sometimes dry out quite quickly. I'm just going to take the tip of my still damp sponge and work that in. That's blended really nicely into that foundation. That looks nice. I'm just taking my Eco Tools brush that I used before and just smudge that bottom lash line out a little bit more. Now let's do the other side. So I hope you've all had a good weekend. Here in Brisbane, it's beautiful weather. Even though it's winter, it's like 25 degrees during the day, not a cloud in the sky. So it's actually quite warm. You can walk around without a jumper, which is really nice, especially since we're coming into August, which is usually the coldest. Especially around our Eka holiday. Like we have a show day and the winds are terrible. It's freezing. Everyone gets a cold end of August. That's worked really nicely with the foundation. It hasn't lifted it, it hasn't moved it, hasn't smudged it. Just taking that brush again. Nice. Nice. You know, sometimes if you put on a concealer, it just moves your foundation and everything just goes wonky. This looks really nice. I'm really happy so far. Bring you in closer. See, it doesn't have weird texture. But yeah, I've got this weird sort of scar, oh no, on top of my eyebrow, which I just moved my goddamn eyebrow. But it hasn't caked, it hasn't filled that line up with foundation. That looks really good, I'm happy. Alright, so let's powder. I'm using my Mecca Max Life Proof Superset Invisible Loose Powder. I love this stuff. It really just melts into the skin, makes everything super smooth. Just really love it. Now I take it on a really big brush. This is the BH Cosmetics 108. And I pat it on. So I don't bake. The reason is I have oily skin, and if I do, my skin feels like it's dying and it tries to produce extra oil to balance out the baking. So the more that I do, the worse my skin will look. So I sort of need to keep it very, very minimal on the powdering. If it works for you, go for it. Love it. Love it. See, I love this powder because sometimes other powders, when I put it on all around my nose, it would just pick up all the texture. It'd make it go gross. But this one just really sinks in and the skin looks nice and smooth. Let's try and get rid of this ghost-like appearance. So I'm going to put on some bronzer. I'm just going to use my Tarte Park Avenue Princess Amazonian Clay Bronzer. Long name. And I'm just taking it on a really big fluffy brush, which has my hair stuck to it. I'm really just going to work that in. And work that through the outer corners of my face. Now with my bronzer, I do also like to bring it up onto the cheek and at the end over my nose, because I like it to actually look like I've been out in the sun. So it's not a contour, it's adding colour to my face. I wasn't sure when I first bought this bronzer. I was like, oh, I don't know if I like the colour, the formula of it. Now I wear it for everything. I wear it as eyeshadow, wear it every day. Love it. The other thing I've been wearing all day, every day since I got it is this BH Cosmetics Floral Blush. I love this. It's stunning. It's also really nice as an eyeshadow. You don't need much, like 2 little bits will get me both cheeks. I just want that on the apples. So finishing touches, for highlighter, I take my BH Cosmetics Bronze Paradise palette, and I'm going to take, I ruined this colour, but I like to mix these 3 sort of gold shimmery shades, because that's sort of what I have on my eyes, and run it through the top of the cheekbones. Now I didn't pick up my highlighter brush, so I'm just going to use my blush brush, and hopefully don't ruin my face. I love that. It's just a nice, soft, healthy sort of glow. If you want more highlight, go for gold. You know, if you want to be seen for space, do it. But just with this look, I don't feel it's quite right. But while I'm here, I'm just going to add a touch more to my eyes. Because why not? So I've still got my hair to do, got to get dressed. And then I'm out for at least 12 hours. So I won't be able to do check-ins throughout the day because I'm at a wedding. I'm going to forget. I know I am. I'm also photographing the day. So far, my thoughts, love it. It looks really nice. It looks really natural. It hasn't picked up all the texture of my skin. You know, it's for full coverage. It doesn't look heavy and it hasn't gone cakey so far, and it hasn't cracked, because it's really soft and smooth and easy to move. The test will be how it's going to last with me partying for the next like 12 hours and me touching my face, and I'm going to have my camera sort of right up against my face, so this might disappear. But I will check in with you guys and I'll give you my final thoughts. So I'll see you soon. And we're back. It is now 8:30 at night and everything on my face has been on for 12 hours and I've been out partying and I am tired. Everything's held up really well though. I am super impressed. My eyeshadow's gone a little bit wonky, but that's not what we're here to talk about. So today, like I said, I was at a wedding. I photographed the wedding. Now the foundation has gone off my nose. As you can see, it's red, different color. And that's from me having the camera up against my face and sort of resting. So it isn't smudge proof. It came off, it's gone. And I got a little bit of dry texture around here, but still brilliant, because normally I lose my chin. Everything comes off because I rest my hands on my chin. Through here gets really bad, and I always lose everything through this bit of my forehead. So overall, I'm impressed, especially if you're going for a day of work. Brilliant. But I think maybe with my oily skin, maybe the hydrating one will work better, especially for like this area of my skin. So you can see around here what I mean. I've got a little bit of texture. It's gone a bit dry. Everything's gone off my nose. But this side's really good, and this is really good. Like everything still looks like skin, it still looks natural. It feels really soft. Doesn't feel like my face dried out during the day. It's brilliant. For 17 bucks, I'm not complaining. This is excellent. I've paid double that price for a vegan cruelty-free foundation and haven't even gone anywhere close to this. So definitely recommend it. And if you work full-time on the run, that was so easy to apply. Oh, and in saying that, I would say the side, what do you think? I think the side without the primer probably looks a little bit nicer to the side with the primer. But I don't know, to me they look about the same. So let me know in the comments below what side you think. Primer, non-primer. But anyway, that's it. I'm going to stop rambling. Definitely love this foundation. Go check it out. I will have a look at their hydrating primer and foundation actually, and possibly do a video on that. That's it guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to you again soon. Alright, bye.